Hey guys, welcome to L3. My name is Joseph Lowry. Today we're talking about setting your mind. As a juvenile, as a kid, I wanted to belong to something. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be accepted. So I set my mind to be accepted to the things of the world. And the Bible talks about, not conforming to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And for me, up until a couple of years ago, that was not the case at all. I wanted to be the man. I wanted to have a reputation. My mind was set on everybody knowing who I was and what I was doing and being loved by everybody, even if that meant running myself in the ground and just running myself ragged and doing all the wrong things. It's crazy to think that when we set our mind to something, we can accomplish it. And often we set our mind to the negative things, even though we think that it's what we want and what we need. We desire the flesh. We don't desire God's will all the time. And at least that was the case for me, especially not knowing really who he was, just hearing about him. And so it was easy for me to set my mind on the negative aspects of the world and thinking that it was positive and think that I was doing something good. I spent most of my life in prison or in juvenile detention, so often what's going to be unsettling or nerve-wracking to someone who hasn't lived that lifestyle is natural to me. It's natural to go beat someone up, even though I'm not an aggressive person, and not feel anything for it afterwards. And that's not right, but that's how I set my mind at the time. One of these verses I'm about to read helped change my mind a lot, and it's 1 Corinthians 2:16. It says, "For who has understood the mind of the Lord so as to instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ." And if you really think about that, Genesis 1:26 says we're made in his image and his likeness. And when you break that down, we're created to be an image of him and likeness of him. And so we should walk in that accordance. Jesus came down to show us how to walk in accordance with him, how to be, that servant leader that we can be. And so I think if we are determined to set our minds from the negative and set it on the positive, set our minds to be the servant leaders that Christ has showed us to be, then we can start doing what 1 Corinthians 2:16 says and having that mind of Christ. So I just want to challenge you guys today. What does it look like for you to be in servant leadership as Christ called us today, whether it be something small or something big? I just want to challenge you guys to look at that, and if you will, break up into small groups and kind of discuss it and spend a couple minutes to journal on it.